The future for Mercedes-Benz and electric vehicles has entered. Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater gives us the 2023 Mercedes-Benz eqs 580 4MATIC SUV in obsidian black metallic. And through this review, we're going to show you the performance and how much space you have in the interior, but has Mercedes taken this to the Rivian, the BMW, or the Audi spec with dynamics, range, and interior space? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The Mercedes-Benz eqs 580 SUV has that futuristic, but it's not like a spaceship. So I do like how they emphasize the 3-point badging on the whole grille. Available AMG line styling will enhance the sportier front apron. Digital lights, LED headlamps with projected functions, adaptive high beam assist, Guard 360 vehicle protection with parking damage detection, which will activate cameras to take pictures of any accident involved with the vehicle, exterior sound generator for pedestrian safety. It's smaller than the GLS, 3 inches longer and 3 inches shorter in wheelbase, keeping the aggressive architecture for the lower sill, a length 201.8 inches, a wheelbase at 126.4 inches. Satin aluminum across all of the window trim. On this side, I feel like they're really making the SUV look a little bit more like a minivan because of the way the coupe design goes downwards. I do like how it bulges out on the rear panels because it keeps that aggressive look. Adjustable regenerative braking system with steering wheel paddles. 10-degree rear axle steering, 21-inch AMG 5-spoke wheels with matte gray aero accents, Airmatic air suspension with adaptive damping system, 9.6 kilowatt AC charging system with a 200 kilowatt DC fast charging system, dynamic select with 4MATIC all-wheel drive, LED tail lamps, you get your front and reverse parking sensors, 360-degree reverse camera. The coupe style comes into the back more so than in the front, so it's going to be a little bit more sport oriented in the front, and in the back it's going to be a little bit more plain. Power lift gate, cargo starting at 23 cubic feet with a 12-volt charger, deep storage underneath the floor, and it opens up into a 2-tier section. Split fold the rear bench at a 40-20-40 split electronically in the back will increase your cargo to 74 cubic feet. Towing up to 3,968 pounds. Curb weight 6,228 pounds. With everything Mercedes-Benz has put into the electric line to make zero emissions possible, it really does give us something to look forward to in the sense for performance. And they back the performance with a 108.4 kilowatt battery producing 536 horsepower and 633 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a single-speed automatic transmission achieving 79 to 74 mpges, a 0 to 60 around 4.5 seconds with a range of 285 miles. Full charge will take 12.75 hours on a level 2 or 240 volt. And with those numbers, what does it come out to? Well, it's not going to be the fastest. The Rivian will be the fastest in the category for 0 to 60 in quarter mile and towing capabilities and charging. However, what you're getting with this is going to be right with the rivals of your BMW iX and your Audi Q8 e-tron, which this will be able to tow more. This will be getting those quick charging times, and you will have the dynamics. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 Mercedes-Benz eqs 580 as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Mercedes-Benz eqs 580. Headroom is going to be absolutely no problem, nor is leg room. Power seat adjustment for the front seats. They're heated, they're ventilated, you got massage, ambient lighting all through, and we have the Hyper 56-inch screen display, seamless air vents, and that ambient lighting that rips across into the door panel. We have the pinch for your navigation and the swipe. Click that home button. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming, Bluetooth, audio, off-road page, which this vehicle is actually capable of doing that, in which you don't usually see that in a fully electric vehicle. Dual climate control settings, switch it to reverse. You have a 360-degree reverse camera with full trajectory, and you have a lot of different camera angles, and you can do it on auto, so you can actually move it around yourself, as you can see, to make it easier for your reversing. Open up inside here to your wireless charging pad, 2 USB-C ports, a storage area, and your cup holders that are adjustable, or you can just completely remove it. You just push it and you can adjust those. Down through here, you have your push button start, your dynamics. So when you click onto there, you have your sport mode, you have your comfort. Click the car icon and this will get you to your quick tab for your functionality. You also have your finger recognition right here. Open up inside, it's a deep storage pocket with 2 more USB-C ports, and it's pretty wide, pretty soft, with a 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel with the gloss black that surrounds it. It's multi-function with the paddle shifters. The gauge cluster can go through an array of information, and you can configure the whole layout just like all of the other Mercedes-Benz, and you can have your navigation display right on the fly. The dashboard and the door panel integrate together, and you'll get a speaker right here. Soft materials throughout, your seat settings and memory, heated ventilated switches, ambient lighting, soft for your elbows. This is the grab handle area. I like the way the speaker grills are integrated into it. More firm materials, but that's what you would expect for cleaning, and a deep storage pocket. Mercedes gives you an additional 2 USB-C ports, and you can keep your storage stowed right in between the console. For the back seats, it's going to be just like the front. No problems for headroom nor legroom. I have a lot of space. It's a very wide interior, Neva gray over Saba brown leather. I have the pillow headrest, so it's super comfortable. The floor is completely flat, and you get 2 USB-C ports with your air vents and storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel gets that ambient lighting, the soft materials, and their adjustable seats. Burmester sound system. All this area here will be your grab handle and a large storage pocket. Sitting into the center is not going to be as desirable because the back is pushed really hard. But you sit downwards, head space no problem, leg space the same. Feet and shoulder and butt space is going to be okay because of the width of this electric SUV. 536 horsepower with 633 pound-feet of torque. This is more performance numbers than the BMW iX for torque. Better than the Audi Q8 e-tron. The Rivian, obviously you can go up to tiers, but what that gets you is a 0 to 60 at 4.5 seconds. Slow it down a bit and look what you got. Oh my god. Insane numbers. It is crazy, the performance out of these electric cars. 4MATIC, so it's 4-wheel drive, 10-degree steering for the rear. That just makes it a little bit easier because this vehicle is a little bit longer. You can make this a 3rd row so you can have 7 occupants in it. The 56-inch hyper screen sets this vehicle apart from the BMW iX. I like the iX screen, but this beats it. Going to the Audi, they have it's not old configuration, it's great technology, but this takes it a step above. And that's what I like what Mercedes-Benz is doing, and they're putting it in all the EQS. So whether the sedan or the SUV, obviously to get the hyperscreen, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more, and this is going to cost you more than $130,000, but this is what you get. I mean, dynamics that you can get in and out of lanes without any issues. It's super quiet in the cabin. Even if you get up to a higher speed, the width does feel a little bit wider than some of the competition, but that is going to be because this is a wider vehicle than the competition. Brakes, if you have to stop on the interstate, you can do so, and it's regenerative. The paddles will change how much regenerative braking that you have on it, which I would probably leave it to a lower level and just charge, because it's basically standard charging like every other electric vehicle. You're going to get 11-12 hours for a full charge at a level 2 240 volt. You can do some quick charges with the vehicle, so that is something that's good. It's going to take me to 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because anything more than that, I'd be buying this EQS. But Three things that I like about it is they do not sacrifice in the power when you get into these numbers of performance. 633 pound-feet of torque. Mercedes just really went an extra notch forward. Throwing this hyper screen just makes it a class of its own, in which this makes people want to buy the vehicle because you got the technology and you got the performance for your everyday. The second thing that I like is you have 70 cubic feet of storage. Yes, it's a long vehicle, but you can still tow with this vehicle, and you have so much room in the second row. Obviously, if you option a third row, it's going to be a little bit tight. A little wrap around here and give her a little go. It is so quick and fun. The last thing that I like about the vehicle is the interior layout with the ambient lighting, the way everything just configures itself together correctly. When you get into the BMW iX, they do a good job, don't get me wrong. They just do not put as much detail as this particular vehicle. And yes, you're gonna pay a little bit more money in this one, but you're gonna get a little bit more luxury. Three things that I dislike has to go with the range and the charging. We're still not seeing things that make it, for me, if there was some kind of catastrophic event like a hurricane, I wouldn't be able to leave the state of Florida. It would take me probably a day because everybody would be on the road. I'd have to wait 30 minutes or more per person in line to get my 30-minute-ish charge to get 80%, in which 280 miles, 80% of that, it's not gonna take me far. I would have to take 3 charges. So to leave the state of Florida for an emergency, it might take me an additional 3 to 6 hours. Whereas a normal car, I could do that with 1 tank in about a quarter more. Now, obviously, that's for all electric vehicles, but we're still gonna put that for this because Mercedes is trying to move the technology forward, and they did such a great job with the electronics and the design and how much room you have. That's something we need too. Here we go. And the quietness, this outperforms Audi, and Audi usually makes the most quiet vehicles. The second thing that I dislike, for me, because I'm tall, usually a vehicle is going to be tight. This one's so bubbly that I feel like I'm small in the vehicle, in which I just don't like the way the seat set is to it. And I kind of felt the same way with the BMW iX, because you kind of sit a little bit more inwards and the door panels kind of brush you more, but they do a good job giving you that interior spacious design, which you have that here as well. So it's very airy. It just, I sit up a little bit too high, and I have to raise the seat in order to feel like I can see over the hood. The last thing that I dislike about the vehicle is we do not receive a frunk, in which Mercedes keeps doing this. We need that extra cargo capacity because this is an EV car. It might sound like it's nothing and not a big deal, but it is. As for the BMW iX, this one feels like it sits up a lot more with ground clearance, even the way the seat settings are. It's going to be a little bit more of a narrow seat compared to that one. As for the Audi, very quiet. It's going to feel more like an everyday and normal SUV. That's one thing that I do like that Audi does, is they're not making it feel so futuristic, because I get the power, and I mean, look, it's insane. But I still want to have a vehicle that doesn't look like I'm going to Mars, and they do not necessarily push it to that level on this, so it does capture the moment for giving us an SUV in an everyday use. I like to thank Mercedes-Benz of Clearwater for giving us this 2023 Mercedes-Benz eqs 580 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, Instagram and website, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.